incredible. Hey everybody, it's Chris from Family Geekery, and today we're taking our first look at this Mac Mini M4 that just came out. And this first video is just going to be a quick unboxing, hardware overview, and we're going to boot it up and take a look at the software that comes stock with it. And before we get any further, I'm just going to say that this thing completely surprised me. I ordered it, I didn't see the announcement video for it, so when I ordered it, I assumed that this was kind of like the Mac Pro size device. And I was out of town when it came in, and I had my wife take a picture of it once it got delivered, because I got an email that says it was delivered. I just wanted to confirm. And she sent me a picture, and it just didn't look right. The box just didn't look scaled the size that I thought it was supposed to be, but it had some markings on there that proved that it was the right device. So I got home today, saw the box on the kitchen table, and again was completely surprised by the size, because the box was no bigger than this box right here. And it was at that point that I said, maybe I need to watch this announcement video to see what the heck a Mac Mini M4 is, because it's obviously a lot smaller than the same Mac Mini size that I've been using for the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years. So sure enough, 5 inches by 5 inches is all this thing is. Incredibly small, very impressive amount of technology inside such a small package. And I can't wait to test this thing out and test it up against some of the older ones like the Mac Mini M1. So I'm going to have some follow-up videos where I review this up against a Mac Mini M1. And I'm going to test it out with some gameplay also. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button and keep an eye out for those videos. Let's take a look at just the hardware right here and see what it's got going. Like I said, 5 inches by 5 inches. And for the first time ever, we've got 2 ports here on the front. We've got 2 USB-C ports. And then we've got a headphone jack over there on the right. So if you need to plug something into this, you don't need to get into the back side of it anymore. You can just plug something in right here, whether it's a thumb drive or a portable hard drive that you need to just transfer some files with, or a set of headphones that you want to hook up just temporarily. So that is nice. As we flip this thing around, you'll see the rest of the ports. Of course, we got our AC port, and it came with a cord here, which is a braided cord. I love that. And look at this plug here. It doesn't have the holes like they usually do. Of course, we don't need that as much anymore. If you have a modern house, you don't need those holes in your plugs anymore. But we've got a Ethernet jack here, HDMI, and then 3 Thunderbolt 5 ports. So that Thunderbolt 5 is going to give you increased bandwidth if you need it, and it also allows you to hook up to 3 external monitors. So input and output wise, it's got everything that you need. Of course, if you need more ports than this, or if you need some USB-A ports, then you can grab yourself a docking station. Easy to find docking stations for both USB-C and for Thunderbolt, and that will give you plenty of more inputs and outputs if you need them. Now this comes with the Intel Silicon M4 chip. It's also available with the M4 Pro, and what really sold me on this was the fact that it comes standard with 16 gigs of RAM now. As we've been going through the iterations of Apple Silicon from M1 to M2 to M3, and now to M4, there might not have been a big reason to upgrade from maybe an M1 to an M2 or an M1 to an M3, but going from an M1 to an M4, the processor and the GPU are of course a lot stronger, especially with some of the Apple Intelligence tasks, and now with the stock 16 gigs of RAM, I would say the majority of the people that have an M1 device, whether it's a MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air or a Mac Mini, they probably have that 8 gigs of RAM. So now we're looking at not just a processor upgrade, but we're looking at a RAM upgrade as well. Now this came with 256 gigabytes of storage, and we all know that's not great, but it is plenty for your internal storage. It is so easy nowadays to plug in something external to it, and it doesn't have to be huge anymore. It can be a very small portable drive that's still extremely fast, and you can get those in USB-C varieties, and if you need even more speed, then you can get those also in Thunderbolt varieties as well. So tiny and powerful, good looking as well. Let's go ahead and get this thing plugged in and booted up. Alright, so I've hooked the Mac Mini up to a capture card, and if the audio sounds any different, that's because I'm talking into a different microphone. But here we are in Mac OS Sequoia. So let's take a look at about this Mac. And this is our 2024 Mac Mini with the Apple M4 chip, 16 gigs of RAM, running Sequoia 15.1. Now, once I booted it up, it obviously had me create an account and booted right into Sequoia. It did have one update waiting for me, so I did that, and that's where it's sitting right now. And I've been playing with this thing for about an hour now, and I just can't believe how snappy it is. I guess snappy is the word that everybody always uses, but I'm going to say it's just fast. It's just blazingly fast. As far as like opening programs, running programs, we just open up Safari, boom. Go to the Apple's webpage, boom. Let's go to the Mac Mini store or the Mac Mini webpage. It's just super fast. We'll go to something like ESPN that haven't been to on this computer before, and boom. It's a complex web page. It's got a lot of stuff going on, and it just booted up super quick. And just as fast as I can scroll through it, it's got everything loaded. So this thing is incredibly fast. I downloaded Steam. I'm going to do another video where I play some games on it, but I tested out No Man's Sky, which is my go-to game for this Mac platform because it's probably one of the more complex games. And the only thing I can tell you right now is that it just booted up quicker than any of my computers or consoles have ever booted up that game. And I've played that game a lot. Just the launch time, getting into your saved game and everything, it takes a while. And it had to be about 1/5 the time that I'm used to, just clicking into it, starting it, and away you go. So let's just go ahead and jump into that game real quick, just to show you how quick it goes. Launched right away. Gets through some of the early menus pretty quick. And I've got an Xbox controller loaded up on this thing. Pull up my saved game here. And this screen here usually takes several minutes, usually. And here we are. That was real time. So all the way out to the game and playing. Like I said, this is just incredibly fast compared to anything I've played it before. And the normal computer I play this on is an i9 with a 3080 graphics card. Now, obviously, this isn't going to compete with a 3080 graphics card, but just load speed itself, just incredibly fast. So let's jump out of here. And just like that, boom, back to the operating system. So this is just a introductory first impressions unboxing / quick look video. And I'm going to get deeper into some benchmarks and some game playing and some comparison videos up against other Mac Mini models. So like I said, stay tuned for that. But for right now, I think that's going to wrap up this video. Tell me what you think about it. Drop down in the comments below. Tell me what you think about this Mac Mini. Starting price is $599. If you're a student or a parent of a student even, you can grab this thing with the education discount at $499. And there's just not a computer out there that comes anywhere close to this type of performance at $499. It's an incredible value. And I can't wait to dive deeper into this bad boy. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, smash that like button. I appreciate that. Stay tuned for more videos. And until next time, peace out and geek out.